Hello and welcome to Quack Co, the board game channel where every video is 10 minutes or less, guaranteed. I'm Board Game Dave and this week I'm taking over the channel, and today is Thirsty Thursday, a day for us to gush and ooze about the things that we're really fired up about in the board game hobby. And for me today, I really wanted to talk about Lacrimosa, a brand new game from Mayfield Rd. A friend gave this to me at PAX, a friend who, by the way, has two extremely adorable and cute English bulldogs, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about was first the theme of this game. Mozart has died and his wife Costanza is asking you and other fellow patrons to help remember Mozart and talk about his compositions and kind of re-explore his life, and that's what you'll be doing in this game. I wanted to talk about this gorgeous board. Let's take a look at this. It's enormous and it is gorgeous. You're going to be taking a look at Europe in the late 1700s, and you're going to be traveling all around Europe to London and Paris and Munich and where else? Prague, and you're going to be meeting royal nobility at the courts and going to different cities to do different actions. And I wanted to talk about also these gorgeous player boards. They are so incredibly perfect. I love that this is a journal. Of course, you're opening your journal and documenting your memories with Mozart. By the way, Costanza wants to write a book and she wants to hear all about how you were influenced by and influential on Mozart, of course. And I wanted to talk about these cards, these multi-use cards, one of my favorite mechanisms in board games. You're going to start with a hand of cards like this, okay? You're going to either tuck them at the top like so and trigger the top part of that action or the card and do those actions, or you're going to tuck them into the bottom of your board, and at the end of 4 turns, you're going to get that income, right? Income in your memory points down here, I believe is what they're called. So I love that factor of the game already, but also how do you get new cards? You get your cards from the market row, and I love this as well. You're going to have memories up here, like so. You're gonna have compositions up here as well. I've got them backwards, like so and like so. And as you take cards from this market row, you'll notice that perhaps the cards over on the right side of the board are fairly cheap. There's an extra cost you have to pay, while the cards on the very left are very expensive. So as people take these cards here, we're gonna slide these down. And maybe the more desirable cards, the second era, third era, those cards that are over here are gonna slide down to become more affordable. I love a shifting, moving market row like that. Of course, you know that maybe from Stone Age, notably uses it, and I love that in games. When you get a new card, not only do you get to use it later on, it immediately is going to replace, so let's say I got this card. It's immediately going to replace the bottom card that I played. So instead of getting one travel, one journey, and one composition token, I'm going to get 3 composition tokens. So you immediately get those benefits. Well, sorry, not immediately, but at the end of the round, you're going to get those benefits. I love the card upgrading system. At the end of 4 turns, you get these back, and now I've got this very powerful card that I can use for the action or for the income ability. And I love an income phase in board games, and of course, this game has it as well. You're going to get those resources down here. They're going to go on this track up there, but you also are going to be moving your purse along this track right here to get coins, to get points, to get more memory tokens onto your board. I love that as well. You're also going to be journeying around the map. We already talked about this, spending journey points to trigger different endgame scoring things and immediate abilities, but also you're going to be helping Mozart work on his Requiem. And the way you do that is by hiring basically a composer. So let's say we have our friend Stadler here, and we're going to ask him to help us write part of the Kyrie. We want him to write the horn parts. So I would take my little music disc from one of the horn spaces, and I'm going to pay the cost, which you'll see right there, and then I get to put this on my board and get immediate benefits, but also some of these composer tiles have really extraordinary benefits. Things like every time I buy or sell or perform a symphony, I get a point. Or every time I perform or sell a piece of music, I get to do it again. Or 2 points, or resource tokens, or during the income phase, I get more of that kind of resource. It's just amazing. So you have passive abilities, ongoing abilities, income benefits, and you'll be getting them onto your board as the game progresses. But also, each section of the Requiem is a, what's the term? Of course, area majority race. So at the end of the game, you're gonna score based on which composer has contributed more to the Requiem, and you'll designate that with 8th notes or 16th notes. The very curious thing about this game is it's not about which player has more of their tokens in a certain movement of the Requiem. If here in the sequentia, right, I have more tokens, well, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I have more tokens, but the 16th note composer, whoever's down here, let's say it was, oh gosh, Freistadler, right? Has more tokens than the 8th note composer, which is Stadler. If that doesn't make any sense, don't worry about it. It's area majority, and I love it in this game. Oh my gosh, what else? I wanted to talk about, oh yes, of course, income phase, cards and boards, upgrading, tucking things in there. I did want to talk about all of that. I also wanted to talk about, oh, these resource tokens. Of course, we didn't even get to these. These are absolutely lovely as you get your resources. Sometimes you'll get them in the form of your tracker, which you'll use a cube to kind of track your number of resources like so, but sometimes you'll also get these wonderful discs, great component quality. I really enjoy those. Players each have their own music discs, as we talked about. Your scoring disc is really nice. It slots right into your board like so. You've also got your scoring token right there. We have a little Mozart icon. This will be traveling all around the map. But here we go. There's some city tiles and such. Of course, the first player marker is also very fascinating. It's a tuning fork. Now, you're not going to get a tuning fork in your box like I do, but you know what? I don't mind recommending getting a tuning fork and using it as your own first player marker, because there's so many cool things you can do with a tuning fork. But anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about. But Jesse didn't want me to talk about Lacrimosa. He wanted me to talk about these pinch pots. So I love these pinch pots. I do, not as much as Lacrimosa, but I do love these pinch pots so much. They are fantastic. They come in a set of 6. I got them on Amazon a long time ago, and they have been used over, I think, like 180 times, because I'm so OCD that I should keep track of how many times I use these in a game. But this is what he wanted me to talk about, so let's talk about them. They're small, they fit perfectly any kind of resource in a game, your wood, your brick, your stone, you throw them in there, coins, stick them in there, they make a nice little jangle. I love that. And one of my favorite things about this is if you're playing a game a lot, like, you know, let's play I'm playing Lacrimosa again tomorrow, all I need to do is take my pinch pots, stick them back in the box, like so, and that way, setting up the game next time is a breeze. I do this with Tiny Towns, I do this with Red Cathedral, any game that has those basic, you know, 5 whatever building elements, you stick them in here, and then anytime you get like junk mail, a flyer, that's that size, look at this, fits perfectly, close it up, because if I didn't do that, of course, see these holes right here? Pieces would come falling out. So I do this, and then when I'm ready to game, open it up, whoa, boom, set these out, we're ready to go. I love my pinch pots, and I guess that's what Jesse wanted me to talk about. So that's what I'll talk about. But anyway, Lacrimosa, pinch pots, I'm all about it. That's my Thirsty Thursday, everybody. That was kind of chaotic, kind of intense, really fast. Jesse also wants me to record these all in one take, which is maybe why I'm seeming a little flustered and all that stuff. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of an overview of Lacrimosa. If you're looking for a review, I'll have one on my channel shortly. If you're looking for these pinch pots, I'll try to find a way to put a link somewhere you can check these out as well. In the meantime, thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.